Good evening, my friends. It is currently 5 after 9 Eastern Standard, and we're getting ready for another episode of The Shadows of Despair. Tonight's episode, A New Chance After Loss. When last we had visited with our intrepid adventurers, they had fought valiantly, attempting to rescue a. Oh no, where is my avatar? I'm sorry. Attempting valiantly to rescue several civilians and their guardians, the militia of the town, from a incursion from the Arisian military forces. There were casualties, unfortunate, but at large, a majority of the civilians were rescued. They were saved. We joined the party in the aftermath, having created a safe opportunity for the civilians to flee their village. And with that, before we dive into the episode at large, I have a exciting tidbit of information to share. We have been officially sponsored. That is right, we are announcing a partnership. Tonight's session is brought to you by the lovely ladies at The Grumpy Cookies. If you are a fan of nerd culture, which I'm certain most, if not all of you are, we have you covered. Star Wars, horror, Ghibli, Naruto, Boku no Hero, Jujutsu, Gundam? If you dig it, you'll probably find it. So head on over to thegrumpycookies.com. Or, if you're here in chat, type !grumpy to get a link. And see what kind of merch you want to add to your collection today. So who are the Grumpy Cookies? Well, I won't paraphrase the entirety of their biography from their website, but I will share that they are a lovely duo, cousins, Cali girls, who made the most out of an unfortunate scenario. COVID put a dampener on a lot of people's hopes and dreams, but these gals rolled with it. Originally hoping to open a bakery together, when opportunities to do business in a perishable format kind of dwindled due to the pandemic, these girls picked up and kept on going. Shifting gears, they moved to a medium that is always moving, evolving, and growing. Fandom. We're all nerds here. We all love what we love and aren't afraid to flaunt it. So show some love, both for the fandoms you love and for our fellow entrepreneurs. Head on over to thegrumpycookies.com today. If you want to show some love, show some support. And here I will pop this command into chat. So, that said, let us get into tonight's session. Hello, my friends. I have returned. Let us prepare to engage in some narration, some story, some possible shenanigans.
I do like shenanigans.
Oh, you always love shenanigans. So, as I said before, as we left off, we had just finished dealing with the conflict, and after taking stock of the civilians that had been lost, I'm just going to kind of pull the party together just for the sake of expeditiousness and setting the survivors together and moving the dead hobgoblins off to one side, because I'm pretty sure, if anything... Well, actually, I don't want to assume. What are your guys' plans for the dead hobgoblins? As I'm certain that you're going to send the dead survivors, the dead of the civilians with the survivors, that way they can take care of their own.
If nobody has any plans, I'm gonna do something.
I mean, I
Oh,
believe we already looted them.
Oh yeah.
I do not
Yep.
care. Do what you will. They're dead.
Nobody?
This is not really Ebony's area of expertise, so she's kind of like following the lead on what others are doing.
Yeah. So
I
just
mean-
kind of.
Assuming they're all piled up there, I'm gonna take my little book and skim through it and see if there's any kind of hobgoblin or goblinoid gods that I could find in there.
I'm trying to figure out what I want you to roll and what to set the DC at to see if it happens to be in there. You know, roll me religion.
Roll it. Yeah, I was thinking that.
Gotcha.
Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to have it be like an investigation check of digging through the book itself, or if it would actually be religion for finding, if not specifically their deity, possibly some kind of rather bare bones right to work over for, praying over them.
Mhm.
So, with that, I will say you don't necessarily find too much about their specific deities, because this is basically an introductory primer. So, like 90% of the deities are good aligned deities, and because of the predisposition to war and conquest that their origin had been, their only regularly known deities tend to veer on the evil spectrum, being of war and conquest. But that
Gotcha.
said, you do find
question.
a rite that is acceptable typically by goblinoids for a to be prayed over the recently dead as an attempt to appease their souls to keep them at rest. Whether or not it actually works, up to debate, but you find something.
Gotcha. Does it involve cremation at all? Because that was kind of the plan.
They do have, I will also say with that role, you do know that, especially in situations where a large number of them have perished, there is often cremation rites done. Normally, the most exemplary of their numbers get their own pyre or possibly even their own memorial tome. But you don't know any of these individuals, and at this point in time, you probably don't really care enough about them on an individual level to honor them with a tomb.
I do not.
So yes, there is a proper cremation rite that there's two versions. There's the proper one where if you have the abundance of time to create the pyres to lay them on, etc. But there's also for the times of war where they don't have the time because they need to hurry up, take care of their dead, and move on to the next battle. There's a burn them in a hurry method, for lack of better terms.
I'm gonna go for that, and I'm probably gonna do it away from the houses if I can.
Yeah, there's a suitable space. It will be a fair bit of labor on your behalf to acquire the materials, as it were, to create the makeshift pyre, because you still need to basically have something for the bodies to lay on, to light on fire, to start the burning from beneath. It's
Is
just
there any?
considering the number of bodies, there's not going to be enough just readily hanging around firewood. You are going to have to process some.
I was gonna ask about any broken doors that are clearly
Oh,
knocked down.
You could definitely, well, including any of the like just damaged, not repairable parts of these houses. There's some, but it's again, it's still not going to be enough to create enough fire to properly cremate and permanently destroy the bodies. So
I'm
it
not
is.
gonna want to hold up. Sorry.
I was going to say it's like it's not going to take a ton of time, but if you say you were able to get maybe Totar, possibly even Cell, because she does have a decent strength score, to assist, it shouldn't take more than maybe 15 minutes of joint effort to get the chop down a tree or two and hack the lumber down into serviceable sizes. And there's definitely wood cutting axes in the area.
Gotcha.
Cell would offer to volunteer if you were asking around for help, or it made it clear you were looking for help.
I wasn't particularly planning on it. I was just gonna let everybody go on and do their own thing while I set it up. But if you would be interested in helping, I'm definitely going to be gathering available firewood, carnage, and chopping a tree down.
Ebony just kind of like holds up her hand. If you need something started on fire, just feel free to ask.
I appreciate it.
She definitely can do that.
I shall go see what I can do to help the villagers be more comfortable for their trip.
Yeah, you do have socks.
I have a lot of socks.
Look at all those socks.
Socks for you, socks for you, socks for you.
So, I rolled a 1
Looks real.
on my preparedness check. So I'm going to let you guys role play for a little bit. I need to refill my water bottle.
Gotcha. Can I be making progress on this while you're gone?
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Maybe a little. Okay.
In fact, considering, real quick, I don't know if Thothar had to AFK and I missed it or not.
I'm here.
Okay. Would you be assisting Vernon in this endeavor as well?
And I just want to make sure I got it right. Sorry, I was running back and forth and finally settling down. Is he giving the goblins a proper guarding?
A pseudo proper, like just. You know
You
what?
could ask in character if you want.
Yeah. Go ahead and ask in character. I'll let you do that, and I will be. Right back.
hauling bodies this way.
As I'm watching you haul them, I stare at you. Oh, what are you?
Sorry, you cut out.
I look at you and I go, what are you?
And again.
Oh, no.
I'm assuming you said, "What are you doing?"
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm gathering the bodies.
And what purpose do you have for this?
To burn them,
Why?
so their spirits don't linger.
They are creatures from Earth, are they not? From the ground?
Such a massive loss of life likely would not be good for this area unless their spirits were to be released.
And you do you know their religion?
I would point out the little area that I found in the book. Roughly.
And it states that they wish to be burned and not buried.
We do not have time to bury them. Burning is suitable.
No, but this is usable farmland. Waste not.
I don't know if we will ever be returning here. Not just us, but everyone in general. It's not worth our time. We have people to get out of here. Before
No,
more
we do
time
have people to get out of here.
So real quick,
But
when he showed you the portion of the book about the burial and crematory practices, it wasn't just for hobgoblins. It was a very generic kind of catch-all for a lot of the more savage races, the more war-based races that they preferred it to just regular burial, especially in times of war, considering the time expenditure that was required for proper individualistic burials. There was also a little bit of a little bit of verbiage about the belief that releasing the body releases the soul. And Sel, could I get you to roll? Actually, any of you can roll religion other than Vernon after he. Actually, yeah, Vernon, if you want. No, you don't need to roll religion, Vernon. Anybody that wants to can roll religion in response to his comment about, letting, releasing the souls so they don't linger.
Yeah, I actually was.
Yeah, I'll even give you, Sel, advantage on your religion check.
I'm nowhere close. I'm helping the living people.
About to say Ebony's probably helping Lucky right now.
Okay. All right. So, unfortunately, Totar, you did not have advantage, so you don't
No, I did not.
necessarily make the connection. But yeah, Sel, you were absolutely correct that you. All right, I wouldn't say that you're absolutely correct, but you have the idea that Vernon was on the money, that letting the bodies just rot, even if they were just shallowly buried into the earth, could potentially spell hauntings, for lack of better terms.
I feel like I need to give her some glasses for this well actually moment.
He can make you glasses.
I mean,
you kind of so Sel, while Vernon and Tota were kind of discussing, you guys actually see Sel pull out a very small, like it's smaller than her hands, and she kind of thumbs through it real quickly, and she kind of puts it back up, and she puts it back into her like a larger pocket that's in her pants. Or actually, no, it would be in her satchel since she's wearing armor. Sorry. And she looks at the ground as she's saying this, but is facing you guys, and she was like, whether or not the civilians and the villagers and farmers want to move back here, I don't think it would be a good idea for us to bury the hobgoblins. In a general practice, it would be best to burn them. Their souls would be more at rest. In general. She kind of kicks her, shuffles her feet a little bit in the dirt as she's saying that.
Todar, how exactly do you feel about, supernatural woogity stuff in general? Undead and the like.
Magic is real.
excuse me.
If it's not supposed to be there, I crush it. Does it scare me? No. But, it's bad, so get rid of it. Find ways to make it go away.
I feel like Totar's never seen a ghost because he scares them.
Beast scares them before Totar can see them.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Beast tends to be the more scary one. I'm just quiet and brooding.
So,
Fair enough.
I would say, if that is his viewpoint, even though you may not have made the connections that they have, considering that one of them you have traveled with for a number of days now, the other one is relatively new to you, but they're on the same wavelength, they seem to be in agreement without conversating about it. If there is a chance that not burning them could cause future problems, it might not be a bad idea to go with it.
No, that's what I was going to do. You guys just all started talking. I was going to agree with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Totar would kind of nod, look at Beast. Beast, we're helping. As I walk over and I grab two of them by their legs and start dragging them across the area.
Perfect.
And Beast kind of watches you guys for a moment, piecing everything together, and then abruptly runs off and he's starting to gather lumber, chunks of wood and such.
It's not the most ceremonious end, but it's definitely better than they would have given us.
Oh, 100%. A couple of you guys
As
might
I
have been
see
dinner.
Beast. Well, if I see Beast grabbing lumber, I'll shake head. See if they got lamps. Grab the oil.
He kind of pauses, takes a couple more steps, flicks his head and tosses a piece of wood onto the pile, and then goes running off in search of oil lamps.
I look over to Vernon. Wood hard to get. Takes a long time to burn. Oil burns faster.
I'm very glad that I have you helping me.
Glad to help.
All right. I'm gonna
So
grab bodies at a time and pile them preferably away from the houses. That way they don't become smoldering wreckages.
yeah,
and
I
whatnot.
technically speaking, you're going to be doing it off of the map. But
Yeah.
but yeah. So all this said, I'm going to hazard to assume that you guys are also going to be helping with the wood accumulation as well.
I mean, it sounded like Lucky was gonna go help out the civilians, which they probably do need a hand.
Well, no,
And it probably would be good if they weren't carrying their recently slain loved ones.
Yeah, let them carry that. We'll take care of this, and we'll also make sure not to grab too moist of wood because large amounts of black smoke not a good idea.
yeah, no. So if you two are helping with the wood collection before I shift over to Evany and Lucky for what they're doing during all this, if you guys are helping, I'm going to have Vernon roll athletics with basically double advantage. So roll it once with advantage and once straight, and we're going to take the best of the three numbers.
Gotcha. Now?
Yes.
You said athletics.
Yes, sir.
And there you go.
I don't know if they had better athletics. Go you.
Wait, did I do that? Yeah, I did
No.
do that to GM.
Yeah, you did do it to GM, and yeah, that nat 20 definitely, yeah. No, you got it knocked out hard.
Nice.
Minute.
For a second there, when you said that, I was like, wait, did I not roll to GM?
I realized there's something slightly wrong with that math, that number, because why did it not? Okay, never mind. That math is correct. All right. I had myself
I am a
mixed up.
dropout.
Well, no, I was trying to figure out why, and then I realized, okay, the mods already includes your expertise plus your strength. Because I was looking at the numbers, and I didn't know that. I thought that by putting the expertise on it, it would basically make the proficiency doubled up, but it was the other way around. I figured out how the math works.
Sorry.
Sorry, what was that?
When you do get a moment, there's food in the kitchen waiting for me that I could grab real quick.
All right, yeah, you go ahead and do that. I will say that it takes about, like I said, about, including moving the bodies with their help, about 20 minutes total to get the bodies over there, get the wood arranged, get the bodies loaded, and get the oil spread around in such a way to maximize the efficiency of the burn. And it's only going to take about 30 minutes for the fire to get hot enough to start really burning the corpses, and about another 20 minutes of total burn time after that.
I'm gonna take a. Do I even have that? No. Thought I had sense. Do I? Nope.
I have incense. I would imagine Celeste, given her background, if you were about to be the one saying any final rites or anything like that, she would have wordlessly offered you the box.
All right. I will accept one incense and I will light it, and I'll hold the book, and I'll look over to Ebony, give her a nod, kind of look at the fire, or the pyre, the soon-to-be fire.
She will help before she goes back to meet up with Lucky again. And she does have produce flame, so she'll just, use her little cantrip. Might have to use a couple times, but big ol' fire.
Big old
Not
fire.
big.
Don't forget to salt the pile.
All right. So, meanwhile, Evany and Lucky, as you guys are kind of helping with getting the civilians loaded onto their cart, getting them situated, helping with their last-minute gatherings of personal effects, the stuff they can't afford to leave behind because it's a very real, distinct possibility they will never return to these homes. So, how exactly are you guys each wanting to try to contribute to the expediting of them loading up and their comfort for their travel?
I mean, I know for at least Evany's probably gonna, if they need it, help people inventory stuff that they do have and they're taking. Just so they have an idea of what they have. She's pretty quick at writing, I would think.
I'm back.
She's definitely a note keeper. And also, I would also think that she's also just trying to, if she sees one of them getting kind of, I don't want to say the word emotional, but in this case they probably are. She'll just probably try to be a ear to listen, let them just talk it out.
They seem to have reached that state of being just beyond the agony of the loss. Like they're definitely not comfortable, but they've had their good cry. If that makes sense.
No, it does.
I, of course, will be going around seeing if they need anything fixed. I'll probably grab some pillowcases from some of the buildings for their items that they need to carry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make little bags out of them, make it easier for them, or shit like that.
All right.
And socks, of course, socks.
Are you giving them some of your neat, darned toe socks?
Damn right.
All right.
I've got a pile of these things. I'm gonna start throwing them everywhere. And if they need it, I'll use my decanter of endless water to fill up their porter skins.
Okay. Very good usage. I like that. Give me a weaver's check, tools check.
Okie dokie. Shabam. 18.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, it's dead easy. Like you're whipping together these little knapsacks out of their pillowcases. Kind of stitching them in such a way that it's easy for fastening a stick to it. That like the little iconic cartoon shouldered knapsack.
The bindle.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know what the term was, but thank you. Yeah, you make a whole bunch of bindles, like just bang, 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 easy as pie. And
Alright, is this all the villagers is here? 1, 2, 3, 6.
Yeah, including the two guards, because the guard NPCs were also villagers. They were just villagers that were, modestly trained in combat. So
there's only 8 of them.
There's only 8 survivors.
I'll give them a gold piece each.
It is a small token that will definitely help them immensely in their relocation. Because while a gold piece is huge in general, most of the time it's huge because they have themselves established to a degree.
Mhm.
Like, it's still huge, it's just it's not going to go nearly as far for them as it would if you just gave a gold to some beggar on the street. Because at least that beggar still has a little bit of security in the familiarity of their home that they are living in, the town that they're in. These guys don't have that, but it is still a huge boon, a huge gesture. A couple of them actually kind of tear up again with the gifts of the socks, of the bindles, and of the gold coin.
Every little helps.
Hammer, you might want to change your icon.
Oh no! It's not showing up on the stream, but
It's not?
no.
No, it isn't.
Welcome back.
You guys always make me change my icon.
Oh no, I don't make you change your icon on here, but I want to make sure that you got it set for the reactive images for the stream itself.
I was proud I remembered to actually change it first this time.
Okay. So, about the time that the civilians have finished packing up, loading up into the wagon, having their dead bundled and loaded as well, that way they could either have a pyre or bury them in their new location. About shortly after they set off is about the time that Lucky and Evany rejoins the rest of the party as you guys start the pyre. At this point, if you guys would like, you guys can still have some more roleplay during maintaining the fire, keeping it burning. But during this time, you guys can also take advantage of a short rest, if you so desire, to roll hit dice and so on and so forth, and refresh anything that has been used that refreshes on a short rest.
That would not be a bad idea.
Or you guys could even try to set up for a long rest if you guys are, feeling spicy enough. But regardless, you guys are going to be able to take at least a short rest and take this time to kind of plot out what you guys wish to do next. All of these, because they are gone.
I'm gonna kind of look among the group as I keep an eye on the fire.
No.
Is anyone able to bring the wagon by while I keep an eye on this?
Vinny just kind of looks around. It's like, I can, but I don't know if I'll get it here in one piece.
I am not good at driving.
You kind of see Celeste make a face, and she was like, I mean, I think I can steer it.
I'd probably want someone who has done this before doing it, especially with the fire. I'm going to look directly at Totar.
Sorry, could you repeat that? Sorry, I got children getting ready for bed.
It's okay.
God.
Do you think you could go bring the wagon over here while I keep an eye on the fire?
I kind of give you the look of that. What? Really? I shrug. Okay, I will go get it.
I don't want a forest fire.
Shall go grab it. And you said we can roll hit dice, right?
Yes. Like all of this, even driving the horse, as long as you don't drive it too close to the fire, like so, the fire's probably, let me see, probably about it's probably about 60, between 60 and 100 feet off of the map. So you could safely like bring the wagon anywhere here, like in the middle of town.
Okay.
So, like, or you know, not even the middle of town. You could like bring it somewhere over here. It'll still be far enough away that the smell of the barbecuing flesh isn't going to be oppressive to the horse and cause it to freak. And as long as you do that, you're not going to actually need to roll a check for this with what your passive handle animal would be, because you're not doing it strenuously. It's not, you know, you're not having to do anything overly complicated.
Okay.
So, you know, it takes you a few minutes to go do that. You know, probably about like a solid, you know, minute or two walk down to get into the horse. You know, get over to the wagon. You know, check the horse over, make sure the horse, you know, is satiated. I heard a noise and distracted me.
Squirrel.
Great, train of thought derailed. Yes, you bring the horse over, no problem. Sorry. Squirrel indeed. My gosh. So, let's see. So, does anybody else wish to roll any hit dice to heal during this short rest?
How
I
do
did
I
not-
do that?
All
I
right,
did
so
not get hurt.
Vernon, what you would do is, if you open up your character sheet, just below
times 50?
your hit point maximum, there's a button that says hit dice. And you just click that, and it'll automatically roll your d10 plus your constitution modifier. And
Oh,
just-
that's what the 3 is?
yeah, that's how many hit dice you
Okay.
have. You, at maximum, you will have a total of hit dice equal to your level.
Gotcha.
And you can expend as many of them as you wish during a short rest.
Up to half.
Yeah, you can spend up to half rounded up per short rest.
Okay. I will use 2.
And then,
Damn!
good lord. Yeah, you're full. You're full. He heals max hit points twice. If only overhealing was a thing.
Now I could stub my toe as many times as I want.
Yeah. You could trip up those stairs as many times as you wish.
If I fall down the stairs, it might just be the end of me. Definitely probably the oldest in the party.
Ah, my back. I feel this.
He's almost 40. He's geriatric.
I will fight you, sir.
Oh my
I'm talking about in
God.
D&D. I don't even know how old
Wow.
Wow, that hurt.
you are. I'm talking about in D&D back when I don't
Uh-huh.
imagine lifespans were super great unless you're an elf.
I mean, so in D&D, because there's access to magical healing typically, life expectancy was not terrible. I do believe typically the way that you would run dying of old age is humans can age up to 80 plus, I think it's like a D20. And so you would at least in 3.5 it's less common in 5th edition, but in 3.5 you would roll a d20, add that to 80, and that is how old your character would be when they died of old age. And then that's if you were human, and then, the older races had wilder numbers. Like an elf was 800 plus 3d100.
I kind of figured like a commoner would be lucky to make it to 60.
I mean, of unnatural causes, definitely. You never know when, a goblin raid's gonna wipe out your village and prematurely end your existence.
I'm gonna make political commentary about the Talrian healthcare system.
There we go. Not again.
The politics
The price of a
begin.
health potion is too damn high. Never mind.
If you weren't maxed on inspiration, I'd give you one for that. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Oh, that was good. I actually pulled a muscle there. That was good.
Oh no.
I'm old.
Definitely showing your age.
Bite me. Anyways,
Hey,
So-
I'm right there with you, pal.
back in my day. So,
Hey, back in my day.
get off my lawn. So as your short rest comes to an end, the fire is largely just smoldering embers. You do not see anything that is readily discernible as a humanoid form or parts of a humanoid form. Naturally, any gear that you did not take off of them that was metal is warped by the intense heat, but not destroyed utterly. Like, they're destroyed to the point of not being usable anymore. But, anything that was cloth, leather, etc., that's gone. So it's mostly just smoldering embers and bits of warped metal. But nothing. You had gotten everything that was actually worth of value off of their bodies before you guys tossed them on the fire, which was not much.
All right. I'm assuming the wagon's probably here by now.
Oh yeah. The wagon. I'm not. I don't have a token for the wagon, but the wagon is basically kind of effectively there. The horse kind of hanging out facing this way.
Well, as the fire dies out and the stick of incense that I have burns out, I'm just gonna flick it into the pile and start to hop on the wagon.
About the time that you flick it into the fire, I need everybody to roll me perception checks.
Fudge.
Oh.
Well, at least we know it's not ghosts.
Man,
Consistency.
Oh
you
god.
said perception, right?
Yes.
Let's go. Oh, that wasn't too bad.
Oh! I'm rolling for everyone right now.
All right. So, Totar, you're probably kind of lost in thought just as the fires are smoldering down, not fully engaged in what's going on around you.
I just have what I'll do is I have my head down, slightly down, murmuring to myself. Why I'm not so receptive.
You're just
Valid.
staring at like a single piece of gravel.
Cell, you are also a bit aloof, kind of either focusing on the smoldering embers or maybe feeding the horse, just not fully engaged in what's everything that's going on around you.
I'd say this would probably be a good time. She's in her little book
But
she had pulled out earlier.
as Totar and Cell, as you guys are kind of coming out of your reverie, you notice Lucky, Evany, and Vernon have snapped to attention as all three of you can hear the heavy sounds of metal grinding and clanking together of a very heavily armored individual approaching from the north.
I'm immediately on a roof having a look.
Just heavy arms Like it is not a small man that is approaching.
Can I do another check to determine if it's like the sound of like clanking armor or gears turning? Once I hear it?
Perhaps. So, all right, real quick, Lucky, which roof do you climb onto?
Closest one.
All right, go put yourself on whichever building that is. And you know what, I'm going to...
Thank God for climbing speed.
So I'm just going to put this there. That blue square is basically where the wagon is. So
In
Lucky,
in that short, sorry,
you go ahead.
in that short rest, would I be able to have switched around my spells a little bit? Because I was kind of planning on doing that when we got on the wagon.
No, that requires a long rest.
Damn. No.
But yeah, so Lucky, as you're standing there, as you climb up there, are you being sneaky on the roof? Because remember, it's not a very tall building.
I don't know. I don't know if this thing is friend or foe, so I probably would try. Whether it helps or not is the question.
Well, I just need to know if you're just standing bolt upright or if you're crouching and trying to be sneaky. And if you are trying to be sneaky, I need you to roll me a stealth check.
As much as I would love to just have him like jump on the roof, just like, Buzz Lightyear stand on the edge of the roof to have a look, no. Make him stealth.
I imagine him on the roof on all fours with the fur pricked up.
Okay.
So far, making up for last time.
Okay, so you see these three individuals approaching. The one in front, obviously, is the one making the most noise as he's clomping along. Yes. Just
Yeah, surprised it's Sauron.
do what?
Nothing.
But
Sorry.
as he's kind of stomping along, he's kind of looking about, and the three of them are kind of not moving too quickly, but they're approaching. When he gets to here, you watch as he kind of stops, holds up a hand, and closes, holds up a hand. The other two kind of stop. The woman seems very aloof. Like she's actively kind of looking at her nails like she can't be fucking bothered. The mage, however, his eyes are kind of darting, looking about, very, very keen, very on edge. And the man in armor, unfortunately, you can't get any read on him, as you see him kind of, his body is turning slightly as he's looking at the ground where the combat all happened, looking at the largely dried blood splatters across the sand, the heavy imprints in the dirt of where various bodies had fallen. And then you hear, "You on the roof.
Oh shit.
Did you kill these men?"
Which man is he pointing at?
He's gesturing to just where there's obviously were corpses. He does not know which corpses were civilians and which corpses were not.
I'm trying to remember. Did I actively kill anybody in the last fight?
No.
No, you did not get. I don't think you got any killing blows.
No, I haven't killed anybody. Like I'm trying. As a now, I wander to the edge of the roof. Fucking Buzz Lightyear stand.
He
Unseen, so.
He kind of looks up at you, slowly tilts his head to one side, slowly tilts his head to the other side. "Then you were not alone."
Oh,
He slowly scans about, looking at
That's
the other
alright.
roofs.
we're not the enemies. I hope. We're just cleaning up after the mess that was made. We haven't hurt any innocent civilians. I'm saying this loud enough for everyone else to hear me.
I would like for you, because you are on the roof and nobody else has started moving up yet, I would like for you alone to roll me a perception.
Perception? Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Now I want you to roll an insight.
Oh, I'm gonna fail one of these eventually.
No, it's okay. You wouldn't have gotten the insight if you didn't roll that high. There you go. Okay.
Okay, I've never seen this many 20 pluses. Ever.
We're going to take it. We're
What
going to
the
take it. He got a dirty 20 on his perception. So, what you notice is this woman here has leaned back against the wall of this house, and when you specifically say we didn't kill any innocent civilians, she kind of chuckles darkly.
Mm.
Like this one.
And I would like for you to attempt an Arcana check.
Oh, more stuff. There we go.
That's on
where-
brand. So, yeah, you don't, naturally, you're already kind of predisposed to being kind of wary over unfamiliar mages, but you're not, you can't tell if that guy's fidgeting is anything more than just a nervous tick. Vernon, are you staying back there?
I'm definitely gonna get closer, but I'm gonna get closer this way.
Oh, by the way, Beast is nowhere to be found right now. Like, the moment that you guys heard the clunk, 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 nobody saw what happened to Beast. Beast just fucking ghosted.
Actually, I was here.
Yeah. Well, you were there by the cart, and everybody else started moving up.
If Totar is moving up, so am I. I shall not be outdone.
Okay.
I
so-
see how this is gonna go.
So as you guys move up,
Also,
also
he's not great with words.
let me turn off your concentration marker, because it has been
Okay.
long enough that there is no more spells being concentrated on.
Yeah.
So
But I openly display my Polorian shield as I approach.
so
Just
now that all of you, I'm going to take some liberty here and have Ebony kind of moved to this square so that she can kind of
Fair
peer,
enough.
kind of like you're peering between Cell and Totar, so you can see what everybody else is looking at. Like this woman, to be more exact, is like literally like leaning against the wall there, but she's primarily in that square for the sake of square placement. So you can see her. So now I'm going to describe exactly what you guys are looking at. The woman is wearing, honestly, some of the prettiest armor that you have ever seen, Cell. Like, I mean, any of you guys have seen, but like it almost looks like a dress, but it has protections that actually, you know what? Cell and I can't remember who else is an armor smith, but any of
I
you
do
guys that
armor.
have armor smithing
Mhm.
proficiency, roll it.
Would I be rolling Smith's tool?
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Do that as strength, right?
In this case, it's going to be intelligence.
Okay, how do I?
Because when you click on it, it should have a what stat?
Drop down.
It should
Oh,
have a
I
drop
see.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So what's funny is Cell still rolled higher than you.
What?
She has more bonus.
I rolled a 20.
He rolled a nat 20. So you both get it. But I'm just saying it's so funny that she still, because of her bonuses, outrolled you. She rolled a 19 on the die.
What you get
Uh-huh.
for using your brain?
Yeah.
So
You could keep it.
as you guys are sitting there, like, you can tell, and I'm going, because you guys both rolled so high, you can tell a lot about both of their armors. They are definitely like master crafted, like a master created their armors. And because you both rolled so high, you can tell that those have been imbued with magic. They are wearing magical armor. In particular, given the fact that armor shouldn't move and fit the way that it is on her, she obviously has some kind of glamour-based enchantment on her armor, which is part of why it looks functional as armor, but it also looks aesthetically pleasing, almost like a dress or layered robes. And the plate armor of this knight. Oh, and share this.
The fact that she has a glamour on displeases me.
We got transmogs.
She bears a very interesting buckler on her gauntlet that, at your angle, you can see is actually a full-size shield that can open when at need. That way, it doesn't inhibit actions while effectively in downtime situations, but she also doesn't have to worry about re-equipping her shield after a rest or anything. Other than that, you can't see any visible weapon on her. The armored knight has the thing that stands out the most striking about him is around his waist is a length of chains with sharp spikes sticking off of them, and it's almost like a belt, but it winds around a couple of times, and hanging off of one hip is a very, very cruel, very violent looking moon-shaped blade on a handle attached to the chain. And hanging off of his other hip is a very odd interlocking apparatus that is currently very inert, but given those checks again, and the fact that both of you are somewhat attuned with magics in general, you can tell that there's far more to that object on his other hip. the non-weapon looking piece of this chain that he's wearing. And then the Magus is holding a very interesting wand. It is radiating magic that is pulsating and quivering and almost appears to be like a paintbrush in its shape.
You didn't come.
No, I didn't do that.
Did what?
Both Evany and Lucky play Final Fantasy 14, so they were thinking I was doing a Pictomancer. No, I didn't.
I thought they were making a vibrator joke.
No.
No, when you say pulsing, I was, but then yeah, I realized paintbrush. Then I was like, okay.
Like Okami.
I still don't get why Blue Mage is a temporary class and a fucking painter is a main one. Just saying. Moving on.
So, the knight sits there and goes, "Allow me to introduce myself. I am Veros, a knight of the Orisian."
The what?
They're friends.
No, they're not.
They're not friends. I thought Orisian was good. Don't.
No. Telrian is good. Orisian is the kingdom to the north.
Fuck. They're
Oh, fuck.
potentially morally ambivalent.
Uh-oh.
Worry not. I am not here to kill. I merely wished to inspect the work of one of my lieutenants. Obviously, he's not getting promoted.
What's your lieutenant? Bugbear? Not Bugbear. Hobgoblin.
Yes, he was. He kind of turns and he looks to the south and leans slightly to look past this building towards the smoldering remains of the funeral pyre. Was is the operative term. And then he gestures towards the fire. And then looks to you all and he goes, "Whose idea was the pyre?"
I'm gonna hold my book to my chest and raise my hand a little bit enthusiastically. Still proud of my idea.
Sel's pointing at
Everybody's-
Vernon.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
As soon as the pointing,
I'm actually gonna smile. I'm like, I did a good thing. Like, even to the bad guys, I did a good thing.
Actually, Sel, she points to herself and then slowly starts pointing to Vernon.
Yeah. So
Hello.
he is going to approach
I like your armor.
slightly. And as he's approaching, he gestures for you to move towards him. And you see he's not reaching for his weapons at all.
Okay. Well, if he kills me, everybody else gets a chance to run. So I'm gonna get closer. How much closer do you? He gestured for me to get closer.
Yeah, he wants you to come towards him, and he's very, very, very deliberate with his motions. As you see him reaching, but not for his weapon, he's reaching into his pack behind him, and not down to the weapon. Like if it's a subterfuge, I'll let anybody that wants to roll insight to try to read this guy, as he's being very, very blatantly obvious with all of his motions.
I might as well.
And I'll even give you guys advantage.
Do I need
insight?
I'll say that, insight. Because, like I said, he's being very deliberate. No, you don't. You're good.
Another one.
And another one. And another one. He nat 20'd again.
Not me. Oh.
I'll let you guys know how I'm doing it. I'm hacking into Roll20.
Seems legit.
That'd be that hard.
Totar, would you like to roll insight to read this man as he is approaching? You may do so with advantage.
Yes, I know. Sorry, I'm trying to do 100 things at once while listening to everything. I apologize.
No, you're good. Believe me, I understand the dad life. I understand it very well.
We are glad you are here nonetheless.
I know
Okay.
nothing.
All right, Totar.
I don't trust him. He looks funny.
You're not sure what
he's.
he's doing, but I will say with what you did roll, you're pretty confident he's not going to attack right now. You have no idea what may or may not be in store in the next 5 minutes. You can't read shit beyond that.
Nope.
But
But
everybody
Jujutsu
else,
Totar.
because of how
Go ahead.
how deliberate of the motions it was literally a DC 10. So you literally made it.
We made it.
So he's literally reaching for a gift for you. He's reaching for something to give to you.
All right. I'm gonna. Is this close enough to receive something, or do I need to be?
You actually need to be adjacent because remember it's a 5 foot
Be
square.
adjacent.
So and
Yeah, unless he's got really long arms.
yeah. So he reaches into his bag and he pulls out a gemstone.
Oh.
And it's
Cursed.
no, it's probably about the size of a ping pong ball, which is a very large gemstone. It is a dark blue color, but as you look at it and the light strikes it, there seems to be almost a fire, but not really, burning within it. Like the way that the core of this gemstone is, it gives off, a reddish glow deep inside the blue of the stone. He goes, "Because you have shown honor to your enemies, I offer you this star sapphire. It is a small token, but let it be a symbol of my respect for you."
I'm gonna bow my head respectfully. Thank you, sir.
And as you take it, he nods and he goes, "Might I have the name of my honorable enemy?"
Uh. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do any deceit. I'm gonna reach out to shake his hand. I'm gonna wait to see if he does shake my hand.
He kind of looks at it for a moment, and you can see him like resist a chuckle because he knows that he didn't expect it, and he knows that if he laughs outright, I'm going to give this to you because of that nat 20 insight. He knows that if he laughs, it might be perceived as insulting, but
Yeah.
it caught him off guard, and he appreciates the gesture, and that's what made him kind of chuckle. It was one of those, "Huh, I like this guy," but he didn't
Like
want
the
to laugh
novelty.
outright because that could have been perceived improperly. And then he does extend and take your gauntleted hand in a shake.
I am Vernon Baum.
And I am Varus, first of my name.
Ugh.
All right, and obviously we're not gonna keep holding hands.
No,
so
no, it
let's
was
see if we
it,
do
it was like a quick shake, exchange of names, to which after which he will remove himself from you and move back to his companions. To which
I was potentially gonna say one more thing, but I was scrolling through my backstory to see if I could find it. But I don't. Oh, there's the fucking backstory. I will have imparted him with the information that I came from. That's the name of the place that I came from. That's it. I am Vernon Baum of Pine Valley.
I will say with that perception, he, because you can't see his face, so you can't read facial uh, uh, cues. His body language, however, gives away nothing, so you can't tell if he recognizes the name of your village and again, because you rolled that nat 20, you can't see any signal of recognition from the wizard, and you can't get anything off of the woman because she's not even facing you.
Yep.
Like, she's literally got her back against the wall, and she's, one arm crossed across her belly, and the other arm propped up, and she's looking at her fingernails. Like, she has a million better things to be doing right now.
Do you know what? I'm just going to be up on the roof, but I'm going to mimic her pose and just watch her.
I mean, he's got shiny nails too.
Yeah. I'm just doing it for shits and giggles. Like, I'm not threatening, but just like trying to get her attention.
Lucky, while you're there, roll me perception.
I'm gonna die by stupidity. It's gonna be great. 15.
So as Veros goes over to the others, you know what? I'm going to ask for a round of perceptions from everyone for, kind of trying to listen into their conversation, because there are very hushed tones.
So perception again.
Yeah, and Michael, you can do or Lucky, you can do a fresh one for listening to the conversation. Your previous perception was for something unrelated.
I accidentally rolled that with advantage, but the first one, obviously.
Yeah.
Since I need
I
to
did the
use
same.
some inspiration, could I use one?
Yes.
Or else I'm gonna- Wonderful. Even if I roll worse, I'm like, I need to use it or I'll lose it.
Yeah, because that was one of the ones from Old Man Wiz's generosity at the end of the last session.
Ooh.
Okay. So, Sel, Lucky, and Evney, you guys can hear. You can't really hear what the woman is saying because, again, she's turned away and her voice is projecting away from you. So, you can hear her occasionally muttering something in a very derisive tone, but you can't make out what she's saying because it's such a low whisper. And again, it's being angled away from you. A bit of the same with Veros. You kind of pick up some words because, again, he's facing away. But the words that you do pick up the most is from the Magus, who sits there and is sitting there going. You hear snippets of the conversation, typically, where he's getting agitated and his voice kind of picks up a little bit. But what really stands out is you get are you really telling me we came out here for nothing? And some more responses back and forth. So they just did away with your lieutenant, and there's no reprisal. I don't give a shit about your ceremonial fucking fires. And then, Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
An arm is over your shoulder.
Oh.
As this guy's sitting there with his arm over your shoulder looking at them, he sits there, he goes, this is going to end one of two ways. Either it's going to be horrifying or hilarious, or possibly both, but regardless. Hi.
Oh, hi. Would you like a pair of socks? I hand him a pair of socks.
He looks very confused as he takes his arm off you. And this man. Here, let me switch to that.
I was waiting for the fucking Holy Trinity here.
Yeah, he's thoroughly confused as he's still kind of grinning as he takes the sock. He looks at it and he goes, I like you. You,
Oh,
kn- you,
booyah now.
you know,
Mhm.
I really hope you don't die. And he fucking disappears.
Sounds like we should get out of here.
I'm
About
immediately checking my pockets.
he has taken nothing from you, but literally, like you're looking at him and he fucking disappears, just straight up vanishes.
He was in my blind spot.
Huh. But
Mhm.
at that point
I'm
in
gonna
time,
as he
the
walked away. I'm gonna sorry. I'm gonna be actively walking back towards the cart if that's okay.
like well, considering
As he
you,
left.
well, as he moved away and you were attempting to kind of hear the conversation,
Oh, you're right.
you could have moved a couple paces back, but you wouldn't have gone past, Totar and Cell if you
He's
want
right.
to pull back. But about that time, you see Orin, or you see the mage kind of bring up his wand, utter an incantation as Veros puts a hand to his helmet as he goes, "Gods be damned, Orin!" And
Uh,
and um, you guys feel a tingle of like static in the air.
Oh.
And
Can
where
I
is?
try to see if Ebony might have an idea of what's going on?
You may attempt. Um, the only person who cannot attempt an Arcana check for this is Lucky because you tried to earlier.
All right.
Right, I will just roll this as a normal Arcana.
I'm gonna throw in an
Oh,
Arcana check
fuck.
as well.
I'm gonna use another inspiration. That makes me sad. That makes me doubly sad.
Oh no.
Oh well, that's okay. It makes me a little less sad than the first one.
So you're not certain what this spell is. Mostly
But it's
because
something that's giving us like a staticky feeling around us, right?
correct.
If I think I know what it is, could I use a nature to understand that the laws of nature are happening around me?
If I think I know what it is, can
Oh,
I
wait, let me see.
run for cover?
Yeah.
Oh
You
wait, I'm on a roof. Oh no.
you may attempt. Well, so go ahead and roll a nature if you would like, as your
Oh.
character may think it's one thing, but they may be wrong. So so um as he does that, you guys feel that staticky sensation as suddenly they seem to be like whisked over here. As you notice, it's very hard to really make it out, but there's a shimmer in the air near them. As effectively, you guys will find yourselves in a field. And you're not certain what the hell spell it was, Cell, but you could tell that it was some kind of containment spell, but not
Oh,
one that you
great.
have ever encountered before.
Wait,
that
so
has
is
to.
there like a force field?
Effectively, yes.
Am I allowed to move now?
Yes.
Maybe 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, so-
gonna go over here. Oh God, I'm gonna get pale. I am claustrophobic.
uh, you'll need to drag your ruler again. Thank you. So as you so Totar moves closer towards them. It's there's now active yelling going on over there, but it sounds like slightly muffled, but not like heavily muffled, like very thin wall of an apartment or something, and like you can hear every word. It's just slightly muffled, even from your distance. As Varus goes, he goes, they had honor. You have none for doing this. How many times do I have to go over this? If you keep undermining what authority I have been given by the Emperor, I'm going to see to it that you don't get to serve any further. And Orwin just kind of huffs. He goes, you speak of honor on and on, yet we have crushed many who were weak and feeble. Where's the honor in your sport? They chose to fight, and they died on their feet. Where is there not honor in that? And you watch as the woman yawns. And you also notice this guy appears there, and he's sitting on the roof, crisscross applesauce, watching, grinning. I would like everybody to roll me perceptions.
Okay.
Another one.
Another one.
I see nothing.
I cannot
That-
see.
That's
Do,
it.
do you just want to blindfold Totar?
Okay,
At this point, yes, I might be better at that point.
Just remove one of the senses.
All right, so
sorry. Perception. Whoop.
okay, so
Amazing.
Yes.
you notice it first.
Oh boy.
And as such, you will have advantage on the saving throw coming up. As Orwin goes, I had already conjured it anyways. I decided it's best to test your new friends and see if they're worthy of your respect. If they can survive this, well, they might even garner some respect from me. At that point, I need everybody to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ooh, those are huge.
Holy shit!
Can't wait for Ebony to be the only one to actually pass this. Strength saving throw?
Yes, sir. Damn! Okay, nobody gets knocked flat on their asses.
As I feel this is weighing down on me, I look over towards the wizard, and I have a question. What is that next to him? This.
Looks like a cooking pot.
That's what I thought so too.
Yeah.
And I'm smart enough to know that, when wizards cast spells, those usually have to concentrate on them, especially big ones like this.
Yeah.
We'll see how much of a containment this is. I'm going to reach out my hand. I'm going to move slightly closer. I think that's going to double check. Sure. Yes. I'm going to reach out my hand and sorry, I'm going to send it to you so you see what I'm doing. And basically fling it towards him. Try to break his concentration on what's going on.
As you reach, you feel a solid presence impeding your reach. You were unable to reach it.
Okay.
But at that point in time is when the ground ruptures. And unfortunately,
Uh-oh.
somebody positioned themselves quite poorly
What the fuck?
as
Oh,
There's a rock!
That-
I moved
He's
it as
Dwayne.
fast as I can.
We should call him Dwayne.
Yep, The Rock.
yep.
Call him Malphite.
Someone had to.
So, as it is currently 10:30, I would like to take a short bio break if everybody is okay with that. And then,
Good idea.
Bio break!
Fire break! Woo!
so that said, I'm going to pop my
Sounds like a
BRB screen, and because I have drank a lot of water and it's hit me, so we will be back 5, 5:10.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, okay.
have fun, good luck, don't drown.
All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay. I have a dog foot warmer again.
Oh,
By the way, I'm not going to mute it, so any conversation you guys are going to have is going to be broadcast.
Okay.
I thought the armor
We're
guy
all
looked
gonna
like
know.
Sauron.
You can hear I have a doggy foot warmer and it's
I want a cat foot warmer. Where is he?
somewhere in the apartment.
In my bedroom.
Ooh. Get the fuzzy butt.
Oh god, socks made out of Liam's fur. That sounds amazing.
I love my dog, but I don't know if I'd want any socks made out of her fur though.
I mean, if you brush them enough and they make excess.
She's a very short-haired dog.
Uh,
She is about 50 to 60 pounds of muscle though. Just imagine that coming straight at you. Boof.
oof.
Oh, you're not leaving your spot. You're a foot warmer. No, no, no,
Is
no,
your
no. My
is your
husband's
foot
home.
warmer
No,
leaving?
she's leaving me.
No.
No. Sit down. You can't go yet until you sit. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Gonna say Happy New Year's?
Happy New Year.
She is tackling my husband now.
No.
I'm Jack Dookie. It's okay.
A dog big enough to turn you into roadkill.
Probably.
Ooh, I have an idea. AFK real quick.
right. I have returned. Who else is back?
Welcome back.
All right, sounds like it's just you and me so far, Vernon.
I don't know if anybody left. Except, wait, I think
I'm still here.
the camera left.
I'm here. Don't worry. I have my
he's here.
headset on.
All right, so
Is Cell here? Sound off if you're alive.
I was making toast.
He was making toast.
butter and
About to
toast.
be toast.
No.
This is butter and toast.
You're not going with the beans and toast over there?
That's breakfast.
Okay, understand.
I've not had beans and toast in like 20 years. Go fuck yourself.
So,
I have to. I have children.
I mean, that's fair. That's like the diet of children. That or chicken nuggets and fish fingers.
so that all
Like a full
said,
bottle of ketchup.
Fish finger sandwiches sound good right now.
I'm back.
Welcome
so
back.
I need all you lovely victims to roll initiative as we come back from break and this thing erupts from the earth next to Cell.
Do we have rock music to accompany the rock?
Oh no, I forgot to set it for on repeat. Oh no, I goofed. So
Time for another 20.
It's a good thing I reset the music like half an hour ago.
That's so good.
here we go.
Are we not going to acknowledge the rock music comment?
I thought it was funny.
Oh,
No, we're not
I
acknowledging.
heard
Do
it.
not encourage it. Josie, this is your fault now. You have encouraged it. Therefore, you deal with all the rest.
Hey, maybe we're funny people though.
It should be encouraged. It's fun.
It's very
It's
punny.
fun.
Nice show.
It's because you don't smile, Totar.
I only smile when I see my teeth.
Okay, so let us see. We got boom, 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 boom. Looks like everybody's initiative has been placed. So, as it erupts from the ground, if any of you guys had failed your strength save, which was a DC 14, lucky. Look who is living up to his fucking name.
Our fucking time.
If you had failed, you would have been prone and treated as surprised for this round. But as such, you maintained your footing, and we are starting with you, my friend. What are you going to do? As
First,
this...
I'm gonna look at.
Sorry, go ahead.
First thing is, I'm looking at Rogue, and I'm going to. I'm assuming my brother knows Thieves' Cant,
Yeah, he does.
so I know a little bit. So in broken Thieves' Cant, I'm just like, the fuck, man.
His eyes
Then I'm gonna-
glint widely, and he starts and starts clapping. And he's still like sitting crisscross applesauce and rocking back and forth, completely unhinged, and enjoying this way too much.
My mage armor is still up, so that's good. I have one spell slot left. I think I'll save that. As I'm just going to use my runic thread and just. It's a rock. Would I be smart enough? Hold on, I'm going to roll something for myself. Mike are smart enough to know that thunder damage would be the best option here.
Roll intelligence.
Yeah. I'd say that's enough. So it's going to be thunder damage. And there it is.
Neat.
Tides of Chaos.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to roll that again. Oh, wrong one. Okay, never mind. Enjoy that in your back pocket.
Yeah, I will. I will.
And I'm gonna kind of run to the back of the house, the back of the roof, and I'm gonna end my turn.
That is beyond comical as hell. My God.
New B1E4 Magic Sorcerer was the best choice for this one.
Oh my God. I'm excited for this. Okay, so you watch as Lucky attempts to throw his magic thread cell at this thing and fail miserably. He just kind of cracks the whip over its head, and it's kind of like standing there processing. And you know what? What's its passive perception? Yeah, it's completely oblivious to Lucky's existence. And it's currently got its back to you as it's kind of looking at Vernon, who's facing away, and is slowly making a rotation in a clockwise fashion to just take stock of where everything is that it wants to break.
Okay. Oh, that sucks. I have no level 2 spells.
I eat rocks for breakfast.
I'm gonna swing.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a big swing with my hammer.
That is going to hit.
Good. I was a little scared for a moment there.
All right. So as you slam your warhammer into it, your arm kind of tingles a little bit from the reverberation of that impact, as you're pretty certain that that should have been a solid-ass hit, but you barely chipped anything out of it. You know what? Considering that this is a fairly boss-ish fight, I cannot remember what standard we had set. Do we round halves down for damage?
I don't know.
I thought it was always round up.
Okay. That's kind of... I can never remember because some games round it down. I think we always round it up. But I wanted to double check first. So.
I think.
You wallop it for that much. At that point, it turns its head and it looks down at you. As you have officially done damage to it. Not much, but you have hurt it. So it knows you exist. That was your action. What would you like to do as a bonus action? Anything at all?
I don't... No.
No?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
So, it is going to rear back and lift a massive stony fist? Question mark? It doesn't look like it has like hands or digits, but it has forelimbs. Front, arm appendages, and it's gonna fucking try to slam you with it.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hit. That's a 24.
Oh, yeah, no, that hits.
As he slams you for 10 bludgeoning damage.
Hold on.
Oh.
As it goes to slam down on her, as I see his face raise, my hand reaches out as I clasp my fingers around. Clasp my fingers. And? Ooh, where is it?
I thought you just said boop.
Okay. So
In the
as he
distance, I squeeze my
swings,
tooth.
as he swings his appendage down, you hear the sound of shattering glass above you, Cell. As you instead take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Thanks. Botar's in the distance with his fingers pinched, pretending that he's crushing the big rock guy.
And it then rears back and is going to attempt to punch at you with its other appendage.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're kind of reeling from that first hit, you kind of stagger just to the side enough as it punches past you and buries its fist into the ground, leaving a sizable little divot in the dirt as it retracts its limb and stands back up. It kind of tries to understand what just happened. And then, because his canid mama didn't raise no bitch, Beast bolts out of this house here and is going to attempt to bite the earth elemental.
You got this, Beast. You got it.
His poor little thing.
Beast runs up behind him and takes a whiz on his leg.
Of course, the dog is going to try and chew rocks stupid at him.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gonna
gonna hit.
What the fuck?
This thing
Uh,
is fangs of steel, man.
He rolled a total of a 21 to hit. Okay.
I tell you, that thing is not a dog.
He
Fangs
deals-
of steel.
He deals that much damage.
What?
We
Did
don't
you?
see the damage.
Did you? You
I
guys-
saw it.
Oh, I see a tiny little bit off.
Yeah.
It is a little sliver.
Wait, did it take damage? Oh, it did take damage.
Yeah. Just a little. Just a little. And Beast kind of looks at it. And you see him like scrutinizing it. And hell just happened. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. My DM page that I had open, I had accidentally zoomed in incorrectly, and so it blew up the screen, and I was trying to look at somebody's sheet, and it was way too big, and I was really fucking confused. Oh my god.
What?
Beast literally comes running around this thing to you, Cell, and is barking at you and looking at it and barking at it and barking at you again. And unfortunately, none of you guys can speak his language.
Bullshit!
But I understand most of the meanings he does, don't I? Been around him long enough, I can get the
Oh,
gist, wouldn't I?
All you can gather is that he wants her in particular to do something. And apparently it's
Bullshit.
something that no.
Sorry.
Have you cast the spell?
I mean, I can't when it's not my turn.
Fair. All right. So, and that is the end of his turn. So, real quick, I rolled a nat 20 for his intelligence check to see if he'd be able to parse something together. And that's why I went, holy shit. Okay,
Nah,
so
that's a fucking druid in disguise or something. Come on.
I was about to say he's got a. Never mind. I'm not going to spoil that.
Oh,
Evany, it is your go with Totar on deck.
All right. So Ebony looks at this huge thing, sees Beast and Celeste over there, like, oh god, this is not gonna end well. So she takes a small step with Celine still kind of on her shoulder / head. I'm gonna use the last tactic of the two that I have, and I am gonna actually use excognition, excognition, and I am going to use a healing word to put it on Celeste, and she's the one right next to it with Beast.
All right.
Which, Wait, why are you?
So far, she's the only one that has. Well, she and Beast have done damage to it, but she has done more damage than Beast.
Mr.
Right.
DM man,
Yes.
Mr. You never gave me the specifications for that tasty little rock that I ate earlier. The one that the hobgoblin dropped that gives me the ability to
Oh.
pump things.
Oh. Yeah. That's right.
I don't know
did
if you have that on hand.
Oh. Basically, once per day, as a bonus action, you may force a target to make a Wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, they are taunted by you effectively and have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target but you. And at the end of each of its turns, it may attempt another Wisdom save to break the thrall.
Gotcha.
And unlike, it's basically compelled duel without most of the drawbacks. Namely, you can attack other targets, and your allies can attack that target without breaking the spell. Where compelled duel literally needs it to be a duel, otherwise the spell breaks.
Yeah, it's a shit spell. Just like Blade Ward. No,
Yeah.
True Strike.
I just wrote it in the character chat thing.
Yeah, I'll set up a actual toggle thing for you, or not toggle, but like a feature button for you. So
Is
That-
that wisdom save against my spellcasting modifier?
yes.
Gotcha.
So Ebony, so that is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
So you
Well, go ahead.
oh, is there any other bonuses on that, or is it just that?
It's the +4 that I get on it right now. Give me a second.
Didn't remember if there's that's critical heal. Oh, I think that's all there is.
For now, yeah, because I don't get my other thing just yet. I think that's level 6.
Yeah,
Um.
that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, so
uh-huh.
so
So once it's level 6, I get the bonuses to it.
yeah,
but-
so at what point do you want it to pop? At
Just when
she takes at least that
5
much
points
damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you feel the presence of healing energy around you, Cell, but you don't heal anything yet.
Gotcha.
You'll have a nice little boop of healing. You know, when you take damage.
So that was your
Which
bonus
that-
action.
That was my bonus action, so I am just going to use a very simple cantrip. I'm just going to use Ruin against it,
All right.
as that's some, a little bit of force.
All right.
Oh god, that was terrible. Flying wide.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where Celine.
You put a dent into the wood of the house over here
Oops.
as you curved the ruin.
Oops. Selena actually flies off of Ebony and kind of takes a little cue from Lucky earlier and goes on top of the house. Just so they can put it on top of the house.
All right.
And she has Phalanx again, so she is going to try to Kamehameha this thing. See how
Alright.
well that goes. What? It's true.
I want to Kamehameha spell. Where's the fairy going?
All right. Let me see here.
I don't know that.
So as the fairy blasts it,
Yeah.
the rock thing kind of looks slowly at its shoulder, which is now missing a chunk of rock off of it, and slowly looks in the direction of Celine. And is that it for your and Celine's turns?
He's kind of concerned with how this thing's looking, so she just takes a step down. And I'm done with my turn.
All right. Totar with Vernon on deck.
Okay, got a couple questions before I start doing anything, just to make sure I'm not gonna, go a little too far.
All right.
I have noticed that it uses its head and turns and looks at things. Correct? Since
To an
it looked at
extent.
Celine with his face.
Yeah.
Okay. Second, and I'm allowed to use objects that I can see in the world, well, in ways that can be creative. Correct?
I in fact encourage it.
That is great. Thank you, because I'm about to do something that's might work, or might be just absolutely nutty.
Like ask,
As
and
I'm-
I will tell you what I need you to roll.
Well, since I have this wonderful thing, send it again, and there is a barrel sitting right over there.
This one right
That's
here.
quite large. That one right there.
All right.
And this is a large creature with a relatively large head.
All right.
Basically, pick up barrel, turn barrel over, stick his head into the hole. Effectively blinding him.
He tried to Skyrim bucket trick them.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That is so fucking funny.
I love this.
You deranged bastard. I love you, Bill.
Which
That's actually
actually
a
gives him
great
the
idea.
effect of blindness, meaning he cannot see what happens. Which, well, the effect of blindness. He has disadvantage on anything that requires sight, and a disadvantage on attacks, and everybody who's attacking him gets advantage.
I have an idea. Let's carry a bucket all the time.
But that's why I'm asking. I just want to see how far you're allowed to let the creativity go here, because I saw the opportunity and I figured I would go for it.
Okay. I had to do some real quick Googling because I had to see exactly how different things would interact when I allow this to happen. I will say that will be your action to do that.
Yes, that it takes an action no matter what. Yeah.
And as it is moving very, very slowly and lumbering, I'm going to say that it's going to need a dexterity saving throw against what would be effectively your spell save DC. So let me see. And because it's slow and lumbering, I'm going to give it... Does it even have... No, it doesn't need disadvantage. It's already got a -1. Let's see. What is your spell save DC? We go here and we
I
make
have-
this intelligence. It is a DC 13.
Okay.
All right. And it rolls a grand total of an 11. It now has a barrel on its head.
Now when we die, it'll be funny.
Why do you smell like gunpowder?
That would be perfect.
It
Interesting.
unfortunately it was not gunpowder, but that is hilarious, and I'm genuinely giggling pretty hard at that.
It's also a World of Warcraft reference. If you get the specific place that one is from.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely playing some World of Warcraft after this.
All right. Since I did that, that was the action I took, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh, I have a question.
and I begin to move up.
All right. You have question.
Can blinded enemies take opportunity attacks?
They can, but they would still have disadvantage. It
Okay.
has a barrel on its head, everyone.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
So
All right.
it would it not need to know I was there to take an opportunity attack?
It's blind, not deaf.
Ah, so it has ears too. Now we need to break out the earplugs. Yes. Gonna turn. Oh my God! You put a bucket on. That's gonna
All right.
turn this.
I'm gonna have to ask you kindly to remove the angry face on it. That way, when and if I move it, it doesn't leave the face behind. Otherwise,
Gotcha.
it is funny. I don't hate it.
I thought you put that there.
No, that
No,
was
I-
her. No, that was Sal.
It was
Okay.
not me
So-
for a change. I
so
wasn't the first one to jump.
So Totar, you move up. You did your action. Is there any bonus actions?
You saw what I did. I sent you what I was doing.
Oh, okay. There's one big, major, unfortunate aspect to this.
Okay.
It has tremor sense. So as you run up,
Okay.
it turns to kind of face you, and tremor sense is not affected by being blinded.
So as
you-
long as we're moving around.
yeah, so you do not have advantage on this attack roll.
Okay.
And basically, as long as you are like in contact with the ground, it knows where you are. And yes, Ebony, you are actually correct.
I'm also laughing.
Wonderful.
No, you are technically touching the ground through the house. You are in contact
I
with the
move.
ground.
Only
No,
if I move, it'll know I'm here.
are you breathing?
Oh, come on.
If you are literally in contact with terra firma through any means, it is aware of your presence.
Alright. Alright.
That said,
I mean, if you were in a tree, it wouldn't feel that different than a squirrel in a tree.
ranged attacks are not touching the ground. I will leave you all with that information to do with what you will. Is that it for your turn, Totar?
Yep. That is
Alright.
it for my turn.
Vernon, it's your turn.
Okay.
With Lucky on deck.
So I'm gonna take an action to use my. I think it's just a normal spell. I'm gonna use my speak with animals.
So you cast Speak with
And-
Animals as Beast is still, this entire time, has been barking at Cell. Like, looking at her, bark, 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 looks at the thing, bark, bark, back to her, bark, bark, bark.
I'm gonna like crouch by him. What do you see? What are you trying to tell us?
And while he's barking at her, as you come up and you can comprehend what he's saying now, as he's literally, like, nobody else understands this but you, as he's going, "Make the boom, woman! Make the boom! The big explosive boom! Break it with the boom!"
Gotcha.
This profanity.
Sal, you need to make the boom. Beasts wants you to make boom.
And like, as it realizes that you are apparently translating, he looks to you and barks, "The thing she did to the goblins, she needs to do that."
Oh shit.
That was Thunderwave, right?
No, that was
Oh.
Shatter,
Okay.
which I don't have.
Yeah, but what type of
Well, I'm
type of
out of
damage
spell
was that?
slots.
What type of damage was that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, I got plenty
Well.
of those spells.
Yeah.
I also have that. As I connect those dots, I realize lightning.
No,
Because
not
Shatter's
lightning.
thunder or thunder.
No. Yeah.
Shatter's thunder.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Mhm.
I don't have that damage then. Wait, thunder in. Wait, does mine do thunder? I think mine does thunder.
Thunderous Smite?
Yeah, it's literally called Thunder Smite.
Yeah, that's thunder damage.
No,
Alright.
that does custard damage.
God.
He's right, dude. Does damage to my fucking waistline and wardrobe. Well, I'm gonna exclaim thunder. We need to hit it with thunder. There. I don't think there's anything else I could do. I literally don't.
There's a optional feature that I think you don't have on your sheet.
Yeah.
Whereas, oh no, it might be a cleric only thing. So, oh no, there it is. I'm gonna put this on your sheet. That way you can use it if you wish to. It is a feature that you have acquired at level 3.
It's a bonus action. Where are you putting it?
It's
Oh, sorry.
right down at the very bottom of your features.
What is this?
Remember, your channel divinities refresh at the end of every short or long rest.
It's a lot of words. It's a lot of words.
In short, you can use your channel divinity instead of doing either Nature's Wrath or Turn of the Faithless and recover a spell slot.
Gotcha. A spell slot. 1.
A single spell slot that can be no higher. Wait, I can't remember if it's So you could give yourself a first level spell slot if you wanted to as a bonus action, and that'll give you options for next turn.
Well, I think I will do that. I grab my pendant and I feel the light as the sun blesses me. I am full of magic.
So, just so you know, let me see. Half your proficiency bonus rounded up. So currently, proficiency bonus is 2, so you could have up to a first level spell slot back. Once your proficiency bonus becomes a 3, you can restore up to a second level spell slot. And then at maximum, you can restore up to a third level spell slot a number of times per day, equal to, based off of your level, up to 3 times at max at level 15.
Okay.
But you still have to do a short rest in between uses of Harness Divine Power.
Because the way it sounded is that I was able to get the same amount back as my proficiency bonus rounded up. Or something. I will read it later.
Yeah. So.
I trust what you're saying.
Yep. All right. So, with that said, we are moving on to Lucky's turn with Cell on deck. Real quick, Vernon, do you want to reposition at all, considering you know what spells she's preparing to blast with?
I don't even know how that spell works, but I think I'll go here. Because I don't want to provoke an opportunity attack.
Actually,
And I also can't go any further than that.
you're pretty sure that it could easily reach you even if you move a little bit away from it. It's got some reach on it.
Gotcha.
Um,
Well, this is 30 feet that I've moved.
yeah. All right, so Lucky, what do you want to do?
I'm running around to this side of the roof so I can actually see it better. Because I'm assuming it's a triangle-shaped roof.
Yeah, I mean it's not a very very steep peak, but it is still angled with the center line, literally, in the middle of the house here.
Yeah, good assumption. As you see me with my string, I'm going to do like a very quick catch cradle, and I'm going to convert my last spell. No, my last
Sorcery point.
spell slot into a sorcery point.
Okay.
So I'm getting a sorcery point back But I'm losing my spell slot.
All right.
And then I'm just going to immediately, from the catch cradle, whip it out and go, again, thunder damage right in his back. Hopefully to hit.
All right. You will have advantage.
Sweet. I like advantage. Wapa.
That'll hit.
5.
All right.
Thunder damage.
So you guys watch as there's this crack of this magically infused yarn launching out, and a chunk of shale just scatters off of it, and this muffled as it kind of leans and shifts its position around, facing roughly in Lucky's direction. Above game, congratulations. You are now the top damage.
Yep.
For now.
And that's his turn.
All right. Cell, with the elemental on deck.
Hi.
I will say that you know from right where you're standing currently, Totar is in the blast area. But if you were to scuttle around to the other side of him, he would not be.
Yep, and I have more than enough movement to be on the other side. Oh. I am, first of all, I just want to see what this cube looks like. 2 seconds before I do this. Center.
So,
That's a pretty big cube.
all right. So the way it's a 3x3 cube that it would cause, and so it would be if you were to cast it right where you're at, it would. That's not what I do. Let me see. I want to use this. You would be blasting that square if you were to do it from right where you're standing.
Okay,
But if you
so
were
if
to
I
move
do
next to Totar, you would blast this area.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because it's a 3x3 square centered on the center of the wall of one face of the square is against you. You are the midpoint.
Okay, yeah. It says each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you. So.
Honestly, I was never fully certain how it worked until Baldur's Gate 3, really.
Same.
Gotcha.
There's so many arguments we've had over this bloody spell.
And so I'm very thankful for Larian.
But I told you.
You were right. And I told you were right. But Larian was the one that confirmed it.
I'm a flag right there.
Oh.
So
He said I was right. End of sentence. We can start talking now.
Okay.
Oh wow!
So-
All right.
so
I am going to cast. I'm going to cast Thunderwave at first level. However, we're going to make this spicy with a Channel Divinity.
there we
Destructive
go.
Wrath.
There we go.
So it is automatically a maxed out of a 2d8, which is 16.
All right. And now he's got to roll a. Is it
Constitution saving throw.
oh, they're good at those balls.
No.
All right. So even if he succeeds, it's still going to be spicy damage.
Yeah.
I'm just really hoping he fails. What is your DC?
14.
Yes! He rolled a 13.
Delightful.
Oh, I was hyped for you. I was hoping. Oh, that's
He doesn't
beautiful.
get flung at all, does he?
Huh?
Does he get flung?
Can you
can you
link the spell?
Because I'm
Yep.
pretty sure that spell moves enemies 10 feet.
Yes, he does. I think, yeah. Push 10 feet away from you.
Let
on
me
a
double
on
check.
a successful.
Oh, it does not care about size. So, as you blast him, he launches over here, and he takes this much damage.
Spicy.
as you chunked the ever-loving shit out of him.
Is the
And,
barrel still on his head?
No, the barrel's gone.
Oh,
No.
Actually, wait.
I mean, if he
Let me-
slammed down there, it might be wedged on.
Let me see.
Well, deck save for the barrel.
no. Wouldn't it be technically a con save?
Yeah, it would be a concept.
Oh, the barrel saves the con save, so it just floats there.
Oh no, actually, it's attached. Therefore, it would have traveled with him.
Yes.
And yes, it actually just barely saves. I gave
my god.
I gave it a D20, a flat D20. It rolls a total of a 15. So it a 15 on the die. So yes, the barrel actually remains. All right, so you've moved. That was 5, 10 feet. You blasted. You still have 20 feet of movement and a bonus action if you have one you wish to use. Otherwise,
I don't,
do you wish to move?
but I have a plan.
Oh,
Yep, I'm gonna move. It's a stupid plan, but I have a plan.
okay.
And that's all I can do for this.
Okay. So, it is aware of where you are.
I
So-
know.
So it's going to swing
Oh.
on you.
I know.
I realize what you're doing now, and I like it. Unfortunately, it misses with the first attack.
Oh, god damn it.
By the way, there's
Does attack twice.
And it swings again. And misses again.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So, on the dice, it rolled a 2 for the first attack. And for the second attack, it rolled a 5 on the die.
Guys, the barrel gotta come off. He's gotta
No.
hit me.
No. Those were straight rolls.
I know. I know.
Let's keep the barrel on, please.
Beast is going to run over here. And Vernon, you hear Beast doing the canon equivalent of "She did the thing! She did the thing!"
Yay!
So, and he's going to take a bite, and he's going to crit, and he's going to roll dog shit for damage on the crit
That's okay.
as he deals that much damage. All right, so let me double check how. So he was here, so that was. So he went boom, 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 boom. He's going to try to scurry over here to create. He's not a dumb animal. He's trying to create opportunities for everyone. He's trying to provide flanking opportunities.
Smart dog.
too smart.
Ebony with Totar on deck.
Ebony is still gonna stay back from this thing. She knows this is not her place, even though this thing has a huge barrel on its head. She kind of looks between everybody and save a spell slot. I have like 2.
Still can't get over the fact that crit on that bite.
Wait, do you have spell slots? I ran out last
I-
fight.
Wait, y'all have spells?
I don't have
You
any
know
more
what?
left.
You know what? I still can do something, so Ebony
Throw
is
a
gonna
rock at
use
him.
the most bullshit spell. She's gonna
I will
use a
fight you.
Rock at it.
I'm going to fight you. I know what you're doing. All right, let me get ready for that intelligence save.
No! I said I was gonna use spell slot.
Oh, spell slot. Okay, I thought you were getting ready to mind sliver.
I was tempted, but no. I figured out I have one more spell slot if I really need to heal, so I'll be okay. I'm just gonna use a first level magic missile.
Hey, force damage.
I will lose all my first level spell slots, but I am guaranteeing damage. Thank you very much.
And it's force damage too.
That is hilariously consistent.
Oh, shout out to Magic Missile.
As she machine guns it. Pop, pop, pop. It still is pissed at Cell.
Good.
So I also still have my fairy.
Yeah.
which
We'll have
my
advantage
fairy
on its
also
attack roll.
My fairy also has magic missile.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Look,
Is this like
I
a
have it.
subclass or something? That it's fairies?
Yeah, it's a pet class. She's playing a scholar.
Very OP.
Damn, that was so
Not as
close
much
to killing.
damage.
Well, hold on. Oh, yeah, it's 2 less damage. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
As there's
They're just in sync, like.
It
Oh,
is.
that's all I got.
All right. Tothar with Vernon on deck.
All right. Totar, seeing his opportunity. Is up. Gets in position.
How much
Bucket
movement
head.
was that?
25.
Okay.
Did I do something wrong?
No, I was sitting there trying to figure. I was doing something in my head, and I realized I need to not say anything. I need to let you guys do what you guys want to do.
Okay.
It was a positioning thing, and I was like, wait, I'm the DM. I need to let the players play.
Oh, okay.
Now there's concern.
Oh no.
Well, no, I see what he's talking about, the positioning. If I would go down to here, Vernon can move over, only have to move over 5 steps.
Well, no, that's not what I was talking about at all.
Oh, okay. Then I'm completely off.
I'll tell you what he's talking about.
But now I have advantage
Nope.
as I swing a big hammer at a rock.
All right.
Reminds me of childhood.
That will hit.
Rock and stone.
I'll take it.
All right. So as you slam your maul into it, that much damage.
Oh yay! Oh,
You
so much
like you
damage.
feel like the reverberation as you slam the hammer into it. This thing is impossibly hard. Is that it for your
Okay.
turn?
That's it for my turn.
All right, Vernon with Lucky on deck.
All right. Nothing personal, but I'm gonna go here. Not so I can't block for you, but if I fling this thing, you don't want it hitting the dog. The sweet pup. He'll cuss me out. He can speak now.
So as,
Why is my character sheet invisible? Okay, hold on a second. I think I need to reload roll 20. What the fuck is this?
that's fair.
The fuck is this?
If you double click it, you can minimize it. So could you have done that?
Potentially. Either way, I'm just reloading. Anyways, I already know what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah,
it's
so
all normal now.
As I know how you describe it, you know, the crackling of thunder and lightning on your warhammer, like you hear, "You do the boom?"
I do the boom too.
As enthusiastic yapping from the dog is heard by everyone else.
I know it doesn't have anything between its legs, but that's where I'm aiming.
Oh, you're going for airtime. Got it.
I'm going for the groin, and if I'm launching in a direction, it's going to be towards the head.
He's going straight for the pebbles.
Yeah. me fruity pebbles. Right.
So roll to hit.
Roll to hit.
Oh, that is sexy.
No!
That is sexy. Fuck.
Never a bad roll.
That, ladies and gentlemen, that is a crit.
Ooh.
Well, you know what paladins have to do on a crit.
I have to use all of my fucking smite points.
All of it.
So,
Well, unfortunately, again, the limitation is you can use a number equal to the levels of spells that you're able to cast. So currently, you can still only use one at a time.
I
But
can
still,
only use one smite at a time?
Yeah.
That's fine.
but still,
I will.
that's 4d8 radiant that you're getting ready to drop.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so
On
I
top
will add
of-
the divine smite.
On top of that bonus actioned primed thunderous smite that you had, which I think is it 1 or 2d6 by default.
It's 2d6.
So that's so toggle divine smite, toggle thunder smite. You're good. All right, click that warhammer on the chat box. Let's see that damage. Oh, I'm excited.
Yippee.
That is
Oh.
nice. That is. Oh wait, it didn't roll the crit damage. You know what? Go ahead and just click it again.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 3 because you don't get to add the strength twice. All right, so that's going to be 13. 27 combined bludgeoning and radiant damage. Oh wait, I got wait, shit! I screwed that all up. So that's That's 16. Sorry, 6 bludgeoning. There we go. He's resistant to bludgeoning. 14 radiant. 5. And 22 thunder damage.
Nice.
As you slam him.
And
Oh wait,
a minute.
I gotta roll a save, right? For is
does
it?
he get flung?
That's right. I forgot. I gotta look at the spell itself.
I just realized in the character sheets thing, my backstory is right fucking there. I didn't have to go through everything I did to find it.
Oh no. So okay, so he takes the damage no matter what, but now it's a strength saving throw or being pushed, and the spell save DC is that. So let's see.
Does he
And
get flung?
as you slam the hammer into him, you, the player, breaking the fourth wall here for a moment, everyone. As the player of Vernon can hear an old Creed song in his head. And how much airtime does he get? 10 feet?
Can you take me? Yes, 10 feet.
Okay, so he launches back, lands here. Now because he lands hard, he takes that much fall damage.
Spectacular.
And now I'm going to see.
I was on the roof with a barrel on his head.
Oh no, unfortunately,
Barrel
he
survived.
collapsed part of the house.
Yeah.
Aw,
I figure.
the barrel is gone.
Is it though?
Is it?
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a nat 1. The barrel's gone.
Barrel's gone. The barrel goes blasting off again.
So, is that it for your turn, sir?
I can't do anything else.
All right.
I used my action and my bonus action. And wait a minute, I can use my movement. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stand over here.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. So, Lucky with Celeste on deck.
Okay, we're gonna run up here. I'm going to try and whip him with the runic thread. Thunder damage again. Oh, he's not blind, so I won't have a 25. Goddamn. 16.
Unfortunately,
16 hits.
16 does not.
Damn it.
Close. Very close. You were literally one off.
Oh well, spending my 2 sorcery points, bonus action, trying again.
All right. That's going to hit. Oh. Oh, cocked.
Help.
Cast iron what?
And that's turn. And
All right.
that's-
So
that's-
at the end of your turn,
Oh,
I need for you to roll me a 1d100.
fuck. An 8.
And
Um,
you're on a building.
So, on the ground below you, a 5 by 30 foot table
What?
appears. Like a long banquet table just suddenly appears. See if I can find an image piece for that.
What the? It's officially gonna fall off the fucking roof.
It would be amazing if that did the final damage.
Oh god.
Just fell on top of it.
All right, let me see if I can find an art piece for this. I am not finding anything that I want, but screw it. Here, I'm going to just draw a rectangle to represent the table space.
I'll move to the side so you can get your table.
No, literally on the ground, right in front of you, there's a table that's suddenly there. It is filled to the brim with your favorite foods.
We got catnip and raw fish.
Haha. Well, in that case, I'm gonna jump off the roof right there to the table here, sit in that chair, sit down, put my feet on the table, pull up a thing of wine and go, have fun! and end my turn. I'm not getting the killing blow. This is someone else bear.
Nope.
What is your favorite food on the table?
Lasagna.
Yeah. Oh,
Good fan favorite answer.
Oh my
Good
god.
choice.
I hate it.
If you didn't already have maxed inspiration, I would give you one for that. That was great. Sel, it's your turn.
Terrible. Alright. How can I do this without hurting my teammates?
Step up.
Hit it really, really hard.
Oh, yeah, no, if I step up, yeah, no, we're good. Yeah. Yeah, we're fine. I am once again going to cast Thunderwave. Again, without the divine,
Channel
the channel divinity.
You have another one of those? Yeah.
No, she's only got
No, I
one
don't.
for now.
For now.
Well, I meant as in like she's got another
Oh, she's
Thunderwave.
she's got 3 more spell slots.
Yeah.
2
I've
after
been pretty
this.
I've been pretty conservative with my spells. Remember, I did almost all of the fighting last session with just my hammer. No spells.
Gotcha.
All right, roll
Majority of
damage.
Alright, yep. 2d8. First level.
Oh my god.
That's beautiful.
So,
I love it.
what exactly are you doing when you cast this?
She gets every last hit.
So I feel like when she's casting Thunder Wave, it's almost like a tidal wave motion with her hands. Like she starts with like one hand from the back and she does this fancy little wrist twirl, bundling up all that energy, and she sends it forward.
You do the wave.
Okay, so I'm visualizing that, I think. And as you bring it forwards, and then there's this concussive blast of thunderous energy that expels forth from your hands. It slams into this earth elemental, and it erupts backwards, scattering shards of stone in every direction. Well, not every direction, but like in a cone. Ebony, you just barely avoid getting, pebbled, as just tons of rocks just scatter in that direction, bouncing off the ward at the end of this area.
Pebbled.
Where's its heart?
And is that it for your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step over to the table, and you know, she's kind of like rubbing her wrist, like almost like even though it's just pushing air, it almost feels like to her it has like this motion of pulling her wrist out.
Yeah.
Next
So
time you
she's
do,
kind of rubbing it, gently.
next time you do a thunder wave, you should send it off by doing the worm.
God. So, that said, as you finish that turn, I'm going to remove us from initiative as the rubble falls. Switch back to this. And the field is still up, but you guys notice the manic clapping rogue on the roof, who's giggling like a complete loon, sits there and goes, "Oh man, Veros, did you see that? Did you see that? She slapped it into. Oh, we need to go." As he looks to the south, and you watch as he like tumbles off the roof, scurries over, and you watch as the knight kind of looks to him as there's a quick whispered exchange. He gives a nod in the direction of the wizard, who looks very. You've never seen somebody look pissed and proud in the same expression. Like both emotions on the same face. It is weird and a little disconcerting as he's looking at you all. Then he cracks the wand, makes a few gestures, and if you wish to roll an Arcana,
I'm too busy with the lasagna.
Mondays, am I right?
Wait,
Fucking right, Mondays.
Lasagna time.
I'd like to state that Sel's not eating the lasagna. She's grabbing a few plates that she can. She's making her way over to the boundary line with the plates of lasagna.
Very good.
and as you're approaching, Ebony, do you wish to roll Arcana, or are you not caring from over there?
Sorry, I was partially distracted by the dog.
That's fair.
Not Beast. But, you know what? She will roll an Arcana.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Why?
Beast is reared up on his hind legs and is actually wolfing down a plate of lasagna.
I am also going to do that.
I
Hey.
don't know if that's going to give me anything.
Oh, that gives you plenty. you realize that, yeah, she rolled a 25 total. You're the only one that knows exactly what he cast as they vanish, as he had cast teleport.
Is
Ebony
shield
just
still
puts her finger.
Which you recognize as a very powerful spell.
Just kind of like flicks her teeth a little bit, like, I'm
And-
glad we didn't do anything to that man. That would have ended badly.
So as you guys are kind of enjoying the fruits of
Randomness.
of your labor, very
Focus on this
quickly
one.
afterwards, you like probably within 6 to 12 seconds after they vanish, you guys can hear hooves beating on the terrain quite rapidly.
I'm just
This-
going to eat this food.
Admittedly, you guys killed that thing a lot faster than I expected.
Hmm.
I also fully was not anticipating the absolute obliteration that was that crit. Beautifully done, Vernon.
Send his balls all the way up to his throat.
If you had them.
Double. Yeah, double.
But you hear hoofbeats and the shimmering field still remains, and a knight arrives wearing
Another one.
no, this one is wearing the tabard of the Telrian army.
What a sight we must be at this dinner table in the middle of
Like,
a track scene with a
he-
fourth bubble around us.
Like
There's like a corner of a house crushed in.
he comes riding up, and he has this look of concern that shifts from like concern that people are in danger to concern that maybe you guys should remain in the bubble.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're on quarantine. Quarantine buddies, and we have all the lasagna we want.
I'm gonna turn to Sal. It's like, have a cookie. They've got faces on them. That one's grumpy.
Spices? Or
Faces.
faces?
Cookie.
It's just
Faces.
upside down. Don't worry about it.
Cookies with faces.
So he comes up and he looks at you guys for a moment, and you can see him kind of craning his neck to take stock of all of you.
I just wave at him.
And he kind of wraps a knuckle, and it sounds like somebody knocking on glass with a gauntlet, like metal on glass. This nice tinny ting ting ting. Hey, is Vernon amongst you lot? Considering Vernon's sitting at the other end of the fucking table, he's kind of hard to really discern past Totar.
Having not heard my name for a while from a stranger, I'm gonna stand up, wave.
And as you
Kinda
stand
give
up
him
and
a
you look
side eye.
at him, you recognize him. You haven't seen him in a good many years. In fact, the last time you saw him was when you guys went separate paths for your apprenticeships. One of you choosing to work on armors, the other one choosing to work on weapons.
I see.
And the moment he sees you, you
Uh,
see him draw his sword, and he stabs the barrier, and it shatters.
Whoa.
And just as quickly as he stabbed the barrier, he sheaths the sword, throwing his arms wide. Brother, it has been far too long. And he kind of runs up and he pauses again as he looks at the table. Now that he's closer, bewildered, and he goes, I don't believe there's any way to explain this. What the hells?
There is no reason to explain it. Just eat. Before it gets cold.
I was waiting for you to finish, but I am going to run up to and I am going to attempt to hug and lift him into the air.
You may roll me athletics to see, because he is wearing heavy armor too.
Yes. All right.
And he's not. Well, I don't know how large is Vernon.
He's 5'11", I think.
Okay, so he's within an inch or so of your height, and similarly built. You probably lift him maybe an inch or so, but like there's a lot of man and a lot of armor there to lift.
Gotcha. Next time I'm gonna lift him up like a whole 3 feet.
Like, but he laughs and he's just kind of smiling, just very, very broad smiles. He's like, Gresnik had given me word that your entourage here had headed this way, and then I heard whispers of one of the commanders of the Rissian forces was in the vicinity, and I wasn't certain I'd get here in time to help you, and then I saw the field. And he gestures up to the no longer existing dome. I feared the worst, but, well, he looks over at the destroyed building. Other than a little bit of property damage, but that's easily enough repaired. You don't seem to be worse for wear.
I don't know if he... Well, from this angle, he should also be able to see the literal pile of former living biomatter.
Oh no, it literally just looks like a ton of debris. Or are you talking about the pyre?
The pyre.
Oh no, he took stock of that.
Bones.
Oh no, there's very few bones left. Almost all of it's
Really?
been reduced to ash.
I figured the bones would survive.
No. I mean, the oil definitely helped the fire, and also the fact that the trees in this region tend to have a higher like a natural flammability to their resin.
Gotcha.
They're, for lack of better terms, they're very oily wood. For lack of better terms, they burn hotter. Very, very popular wood for the forges around the kingdom.
I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna.
I
Are there
think-
chairs?
I think you accidentally are in Ebony's Square, possibly, or is it in?
She's
is
on
she
the
my
table.
end?
She's standing on top of the table.
No.
Oh, I'm right next to
What? That's weird. For me,
Yeah.
your icon was literally on the table.
Yeah,
And I just kind of accepted the fact that you were standing on the table. I didn't
Oh.
question it.
I gotta love it when Roll20 desyncs like that. But yeah,
I was like, Ebony is like eating feet on the table.
No, that's me.
Crouch.
to which
Like
after
an entire casserole dish of fucking lasagna.
so after a few moments of just beaming at you with pride because he found you not dead,
Yes.
he suddenly realizes this is so terribly rude. You must introduce me to your friends. Hi, I am Ellis. I grew up with Vernon. And he's kind of like his eyes are dancing, but amongst all of you, almost like he's eager to hear from you all of your stories of how you guys kind of came to be. And with that,
There's a lot to look at.
we will bring tonight's session to a close.
Bump, bump, bump.
Oh,
Pretty on time with that.
Yes, and before we fully bring the session to the close, the role playing, we're going to stop it for right now. I would like for each of you to roll publicly a hit die because we are going to level up. welcome to level 4.
Yeah. Also, is there an item description for that pretty little rock he gave me?
Yeah, it's very. Oh,
I forgot what dice I have.
Stone might be more dignant.
you're talking about the gemstone?
That one, the pretty sapphire with the
Yeah,
flames.
it was a star sapphire.
Oof. Don't
Yes,
worry,
yeah.
you and me both.
Yeah, it's a 2.
I
Hey, that
remember,
works.
Oh,
That
damn.
was that's
he's lower.
that was 1 point shy of max. Good job.
oh wait, rolling hit dice.
Oh, I forgot to add my con.
Are we rolling this publicly or just you?
Yes, publicly.
Okay.
That way
Maybe
the
it's-
audience. No, you
Nice
can't.
touch of chaos on that.
You know,
Damn it.
you know, we may bitch about our 2, but
how
we
do I
only
add
have
my?
a D6 health pool.
Do I just? How do I add my on to it?
Oh no, you could literally just hit your hit dice button and it'll roll it out just like it did for Totar.
Gotcha.
Oh, so he accidentally rolled it to just me, but I will share it for the class. He rolled a total of a 12 as well.
Damn.
I
So-
mean, frontliners need the experience, the
Yeah.
HP.
The
Yep.
both of the front lines are thick as shit.
Yeah.
So
Hey, I'm frontline.
ish.
Barely.
Ish.
I mean,
Yeah.
clerics are frontline. I'll let
But-
you frontline if you want.
Squish.
I'll stand behind you.
so that all said, like I said, you guys are now level 4. You guys don't have to do your level ups right this moment. In the case of Nolly, who needs to get ready to head to bed, but feel free to take time, look at feats if you guys haven't decided in advance what feats you want or what ability score increases you want to do, and feel free to reach out to me at any time to work on picking out features and whatnot for our level ups.
Gotcha.
But that said,
So-
I will be right back. I'm going to wrap up the stream and get ready to raid out, and I will be back very shortly, my friends.
What to play?
So, I want to thank everyone for popping in tonight, hanging out in the stream. I hope that it was fun for all of you. It was definitely a whole hell of a lot of fun for me. Here we go. So yes, that is the close of the session. We had a lot of fun. I want to thank everyone over at the Grumpy Cookies for sponsoring tonight's episode. I want to thank my friends who have popped in throughout the night. Celeblome for popping in earlier. I want to thank Old Man Wiz for popping in. Noticed that streamer or that stream streak. Thank you. I saw you, Scorpio, popping in for a little bit. But yeah, so tonight was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for me. I hope that any of you guys who hung out tonight enjoyed it as well. I'm going to do one more grumpy plug for the Grumpy Cookies again. And with that, let us see, where do we want to raid out to? All right, so where do we want to raid? Do we have anyone doing D&D? Oh, I know where we're going to raid. All right, we're not going to raid out to a D&D stream. We're going to raid out to someone playing Fire Emblem Awakening. So, we're going to raid out to my friend Avil. She is a lovely artist. She does a lot of retro games, primarily does a ton of Fire Emblem. Tons of Fire Emblem. She's currently working on an Iron Man run of Fire Emblem Awakening. So yeah, let's pop on over there. She's is she VTuber, PNG tuber? I'm not certain where she falls on that spectrum of VTubers or PNG, but she created her own avatar. The artwork is stunning. So yes, she's also a mangaka. She's working on a manga that's based off of or inspired by The Legend of Zelda. So, as said, let's all head on over, hang out, say hi, drop some love. We've got our sub raid message, our follow raid message. Feel free to copy one and, support me through the raid. That said, thank you guys for hanging out. The next stream will be, let me do the math, I will be probably playing some more Oblivion this weekend. But other than that, I will see you guys next time. Stay safe. Choose kindness. Until next time, stay weird, my friends.